Hello, folks. This is 4-7. This is solving polynomial equations. Everybody flip your notes page to the back.
There's no.
There's no back. It's exciting. Yay. So,
Hi, Michael.
only 3 examples. But they do take a little bit of time. So, let's get going here. What we're doing is we are proving polynomial identities. So, let me talk to you about what an identity is, okay? You have equations. Do this. A polynomial identity is where you have an equation, you have an equal sign, and then whatever, you're not listening.
Guys, stop paying attention.
You know, my 4th period class, if they don't listen, I just make them take a quiz.
I can take a quiz on this now.
Okay, cool.
Shut up.
Okay. An identity is something that has an equal sign where these 2 pieces on the left and on the right are the same, but they don't necessarily look the same, right? Like, let me give you an example of an identity, okay? So let's say we have x squared minus 4. That is a difference of squares, right? So this would be x minus 2 and x plus 2. That is an example of an identity because it's the same on both sides even though it doesn't look the same. So that's my example, okay? So what we're trying to do in this is we're trying to prove that it is an identity. Okay, listen to this very carefully. Example 1 says prove that this is an identity, which means that we know it's the same on both sides, but I want you to show me why. So the answer is not just to write down an answer. We know the answer is yes. We're trying to show why that is true, okay? So what we do is we pick on one side, draw a line on your equal sign. Draw a line to your equal sign. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick on one side. We're going to simplify it and show it. Like say, ooh, look, it looks like the other side, right? That's what we're going to do. Which side can we work with?
Probably the right side.
Probably I'm going to work with the left side. I'm going to FOIL that out, right? X plus y squared is like x plus y times x plus y. That's what it means to square something, okay? And then we have to FOIL, okay? We can FOIL that pretty easily. X times x is x squared. X times y plus xy. Y times x. I'm going to call it xy again just because the variables are the same. Yeah. And then y times y is plus y squared. Okay. So then we put those 2 middle pieces together and we end up with x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Oh, look.
That's so cool.
There you go.
Ooh.
Check. We've proved it's an identity. Okay, so on these are a little bit different than stuff that we've normally done because the proof is in the work of writing it out, okay? It's not just one answer. The proof is in the work. So, like, showing your work, like, is not an option anymore. You have to show your work because that's the answer is to show your work, okay? You're trying to work with one side and show that it looks like the other side, okay? Now, on this one, we're going to work a little bit with both sides, okay? So, there's this guy. I'm going to draw a line for that guy. Okay, and on the left, we've got lots of stuff going on here, okay? On the left, do you see, child, we're like on the 2nd problem already? You should have told me this like 10 minutes ago.
Well, I was trying to follow along, but
Romeo's gonna hand it back to you.
Follow along on what?
I was trying to look for the
Oh,
problem.
I'm sure you're on your
Okay,
phone.
there's
He's
the
not-
equal sign. All right, here we go.
I think Reese is just on his phone and like he wasn't paying attention.
There's the equal sign. What do you want to work with on this left side?
The x plus 1 squared.
What?
X plus 1 squared.
X plus 1 squared. So let's pick on this thing. Let's figure out what he is, okay? So x plus 1 squared is x plus 1 times x plus 1, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So x plus 1 times x plus 1. We're going to FOIL him. X times x is x squared. X times 1 is 1x. And then we go to the other one. 1 times x is 1x. And then 1 times 1 is 1. Okay? Then we put middle stuff together. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay? Now, you got to kind of be aware of what's going on here. All right? That's what that became. Okay? That's what that became. And this chunk right here, we're just going to rewrite down in this spot. So x cubed minus 6x squared plus 12x minus 8.
Is John in there?
Yes, he is.
He needs to leave now.
Okay.
There we go.
Hi, Johnny.
All right. Now this is where it's helpful to be aware of what's going on, because you could end up multiplying this big chunk by that big chunk. But I don't want to do that, because look at the right side. Right? Look at the right side. He has this x squared plus 2x plus 1. All we have to do is transform this guy now. So we're going to work a little bit with both sides, right? Okay? So let's do this. Let's do x minus 2 to the third power, which is x minus 2 times x minus 2 times x minus 2. How do you do that when you're multiplying 3 together at the same time?
X cubed minus
Multiply 1 and then multiply it again.
So you only do these two together, and then what you get with that, you multiply by this guy, right?
good
Okay?
job, bro.
So don't try to multiply them all three at the same time. Just do 2 and then multiply the other one. So x times x is x squared.
What do you mean by that? Like you
Okay.
do that whole thing first? and
So
then-
I've had so when you're cubing stuff, I've literally had people do this. They say x times x times x is x to the third, and 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And I wish it was that easy. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So don't do that. So we just work with these two, and let's do x times x is x squared
minus 2, which is 4.
minus 2x minus another 2x, and then plus 4. That's this FOIL, right? Whatever, all that good stuff. Okay, so this is x squared minus 4x plus 4. Okay, now what do we do with that?
Times it by x minus 2.
Times it by the x minus 2 again, because we're doing it 3 times, not just 2. Okay, and this is going to be a little bit bigger. All right, x squared times x is x to the third. Then we take x squared times negative 2 minus 2x squared. Yeah, are we doing okay? Negative 4x times x minus 4x squared. Okay, negative 4x times negative 2 is plus 8x. And then we move on to the last one. So 4 times x is plus 4x. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Okay? Now, let's put stuff together. We are so close to being done. This guy right here, x to the third, he's done. Okay? How many x squareds do we have? This one and this one together.
Minus 6x.
Minus 6x squared. That's done. That's done. Okay? Then I have 8x and 4x I can put together, which is plus 12x, and then I have minus 8. That's that chunk. Okay? I'm going to drop this guy down. Okay? Now, we could multiply this guy by this guy, but at this point,
It's the exact same.
is this guy matching this guy?
Yeah.
Check. Done. We have proved that they are the same. We have proved that they are an identity. That's what it means to be an identity, right? The same on both sides.
Kind of confused.
Good? So all you're doing is you're just trying to make one side look like the other side. Yes, sir.
Do you have any, like, no solutions?
I think on your homework assignment, there's one part where they say, is it an identity? So you don't know for sure if it is or not. And in that case, it doesn't end up looking like the other side. So you would just say no in that case. But you do have to show your work still, right? So that's kind of like the equivalent of no solutions, yeah. Like they will ask you, instead of saying prove that it is an identity, meaning that you already know it is, they'll say is it? And it might be a no, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so good question. Very good question. The next one, you are going too slow.
No, yeah,
No,
you're
you're
not.
going too slow.
I'm
I'll
the
go back
slowest
to it.
writer I've ever seen.
I'll go back to it. Okay? All right, last
You
thing.
have to wait 5 minutes for
There's
the right
sometimes where equations are so ugly that I don't want to have to like multiply stuff together or simplify anything like that. Like I could take this guy and multiply and FOIL these guys out, right? And FOIL those guys out. I could do that. Or one other thing you could do is take points and plug them in for X and Y and see if these numbers match these numbers, right? Does that make sense? Should we do that and we'll divide and conquer? Maybe? There are 5 numbers and there are like 10 of you, so I'll pair you up. There's like more than 10 of you. There's like 11 of you. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. Okay? Here's what we're going to do.
No, me.
What?
I don't have to do one, right?
Yes you do.
Aw, why? You got
Yes, you
for
do.
one person.
All right,
gonna be with
so
Romeo.
here's what I want you to do. This is going to be very easy for the first formula, all right? Okay, everybody listen so we know what we're going to do. Everybody listen. You have to get your calculator out. Everybody listen.
Can I do
Okay?
one time?
All right, so The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to plug this into this first equation. X to the third minus y to the third. So whoever has the number 1 is going to plug in and do 1 to the third minus 10 to the third and get an answer, right? Everybody else is going to go 2 to the third minus 15 to the third, etc. Plug that into your calculator, all right? Ready?
Yeah.
You guys have 1. You both. Check it and get an answer. You guys have 2. This table has 3. Plug in. You guys have 4. Riley and Mackenzie, you have 5. 5 and 30.
We have 2 and 15? Yeah. Okay.
Reese, check 3. Plug 3 in. Grab a calculator. Plug 3 in. Go. These are going to be huge numbers.
Negative 15,500.
You had 3? 4. Negative 15,561.
For 3, I got negative 7,900.
7,974.
73.
73.
No, for 3.
Oh, you had 3.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Negative 7,973.
Yeah, after all the work, Ahmed doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Isaac, I'm doing it.
Mrs. Comager, I'm committed to Ohio State. I even have the tattoo
Cool.
to prove it.
Awesome. That's great.
Committed.
Oh, it's
Cool.
the same thing.
I'm gonna commit.
Okay, just wait. Well, yeah, it should be the same thing.
Oh.
That's another way of proving it, right? Okay, what? 9.99 right here. Negative 9.99. Okay.
You're welcome.
To my 2s. My 2s.
It's negative 3. It's negative 3,367.
Okay, who's my 5s?
Hold on.
Yes,
Negative
I finished both of them.
What are you
26,875.
doing?
They equal the same
Are
thing.
you crying?
Okay.
I guess that one.
All right. So the next one. Okay. So
Wait, we
just so that we're clear, this is an alternative to changing one side to look like the other. You plug in numbers. We're gonna plug those same numbers into this equation and hope that they come out to be the same solution, right? A couple of you guys have already said, like, mine came out the same, right? Okay, so if we plug 1 in,
Should have aimed a different way.
you guys should get negative 999. If we plug 2 in, Romeo, did you plug 2 in already? Did you get the same answer?
Yeah, I did.
Negative 3367. My 3s. Isaac Mackin, did you plug 3 in?
Yeah.
Yes, what'd you get?
Negative 7,900.
Negative 7973. Okay? My 4s, you had 4s?
Reese, you better pay attention or Mrs. Comager will move.
Do we have Carson like tooting over there or what?
Oh, she's laughing at me. She's laughing at
Okay.
me.
Reese farted
Sure.
and now she's laughing.
No,
Sure.
she's laughing at me.
Reese farted so now she's laughing.
No, she's laughing at me.
Time to
Okay,
blame it on
anyway,
Comager.
moving on. You can tell me here in a second when I shut the video off.
I was-
Okay, so last problem. Moral of the story, rather than, this is an alternative, rather than changing the one side and foiling stuff out and making it look like the other, we set up a table. And as long as when we plug it in, it's the same for both sides of the equation, we've proven it's true. We've proven that that thing works. Yeah? Good? Check. Boom. Okay, on your homework assignment, listen up. You guys don't have this yet. It is one-sided. It is one-sided. I'm going to cut this down even more, though, because some of these take a while, okay? So number,
Why are you laughing at me?
I don't know, number,
She's laughing at me.
let's just do number 1 and number 2. You can skip 3 and 4. Okay, for your homework assignment, 1 and 2.
Miss Comager.
And then, you just be quiet. I'm working. Let's do
She's laughing at me.
1 and 2. Let's do 5 and... Let's do 5 and 7. 1, 2, 5, 7. There you go. 4 problems. Get them done. I'll give you this paper. 1, 2, 5, and 7 for your homework assignment. So you people watching the video, 1, 2, 5, 7. 4 homework problems. There you go.
Can you submit it?